Appreciate you well. All right. Pencil. Yes, Ryan, how's your day, sir? Sorry? Yes. Oh, amazing. What? Yes. It's a good turnout today, Ryan. Sorry? It's a good turnout today. It was asking me for a photo. The world that we got surprised. Right. Right. Good. Well, we put out a lot of content every day on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and it grows gradually. But the important thing is just the consistency of it. And we had a good event last 2 Saturdays ago in Edinburgh at Scottish outside the Scottish Parliament. Got about 125 people there, which was good considering it's Edinburgh, considering it's the part of the Royal Mile. I was wondering how the police would do it today. Right there in here, but they've just barriered it off. Interestingly enough, there's more of us than there are of them, though. Yeah. Well, I've lived in Glasgow for Sept for 26 years, but I'm from originally. South in Scotland, that's a Douglas as well, that area. Yeah. Where are you from? Oh, I do, yeah. Johnny's a fantastic role. In fact, he's probably all right. Yeah, that's awesome. No, what's up? What's it? Oh, is it? Oh, nice. Yes. Right. Good. It's growing my part, which is like the sand. Absolutely. Good. I'm going to go around to Ryan. The question is, Ryan, make up. I know you. Absolutely. Alright, so leave a message in the comments to say you're everything okay. Nothing is happening at the moment. What we found here, the police have police have split It's always the shit I can go around to and get some kind of. Hi, how are you? Awesome. Hello, awesome. Lovely to see you. Hey. You know who I am, of course. Yeah. All the best. Hey, still, how many of these do you do? So, why not? What? So, over here, they get sound system. Somebody says, kick it. Well, catch well, thankfully there's only one confused here today. And the rest of the people, I'm glad to say, know that they are in Glasgow, Scotland, United, it's not. Not safe to protest, unlike the other side. They could work and back for the bus and get such material. I love communism so much, I think it's not. Just spotted a photo opportunity. Well, as Donald Tour, watching over the works that keep forward, as we say. Stephen, I'm out from the comedy. Are you Stephen Bernie? I'm out from the comedy for the book. Oh, yeah. Well, get to all the work with the thing. I'm working out the past couple of days. Everybody wants to. Everybody's going to give you a big cheer. I'll find that. Yeah, Derek's one of our best photographers. Brilliant. Thanks you can get behind the tour, looking out on the sea of Union Jacks. That's a good picture. Please do. That'll be good. We can use them.
First, the outside are wanting to celebrate. Hello. Hello. Take support now, please.
A little bit of technological difficulties at the moment. Right, you focus tomorrow? Is that tomorrow? Okay.
Hello. Hello. If you're here to support this rally, please come in line barriers. The police are going to give us 5 minutes to get everybody off the street and into the area, and then we'll be right with you. Let's hear that. Maybe.
Harvest like a fruit for you to carry on your I've seen change my ways. We had a rally like this, and there's definitely more of us than there are on the other side. So, yeah. So yeah, never before. Let's Up there on the street, there's the fence that they put along with one or two entrances in. Fresh photographers all here trying to take some pictures of what's going on. Lots of shouting going on. Trying to see what the other side. The other side's basically just the usual slogan: "Stop the far right warning." Migrants without NHS. Well, we certainly do contribute to some of the patients and waiting lists, that's for sure. Compared to the number of doctors and nurses that there happens to be, so I wonder what you're making of it all. Essentially, Hi, nice to see you. All right, guys. How are you doing? All right? Very well, thank you. Good to see you. Great to see you here. All right. Good turnout. Very good turnout. Do you think anything? Yeah. I'm interested in what the country are. You know, they've everyone, pennies in, out there at the other end, but they've given out the steps in, which is good. That was what we did. They must have been yeah, there would have been. And the put the place on it that blocked off the steps or nobody gets the steps. Otherwise, it would be a logistical nightmare and a potential source of conflict. So,
Glasgow, thank you. Thank you for coming out in your numbers. Thank you for coming out in your aid. Thank you for coming out in your support for the good people. Let's hear you. Now, we have got some tremendous speakers. And before we start, I want to tell you a quick story about the people behind you. There was one poster put out weeks ago about this event. It didn't name a speaker. It never named any cause. It just said unity. And within hours, those on the left, those paid by the trade unions, those trade unions are controlled by the Fabians, started a campaign to counter you, good people. And I will not have it. What's happened for my life is those in the extreme left have felt they have the monopoly of protest. And you guys have showed them they're wrong. I've been all over this country, from Peterhead to Ballymena to London, Dover and Cali. And I'll tell you something, you guys are on the right side of this. Everybody has the same concerns. They are concerned for the safety of their children, their females, the lack of good quality social housing. We're concerned about what our teachers are teaching our children. We are concerned about society and the discipline, respect and standards of this country, and we will sort them because that people want. Now, we've got speakers here today from all over this United Kingdom, from as far north as Peterhead, as far south as Northampton, all with different stories. And I would be ashamed to stand against any one of them. Let's give a round of applause for everybody that's travelled distances today. You've got people here who look after the children in our streets. You've got a lady coming to talk. Her own daughter is a victim of grooming gangs, and she'll tell you her heartbreaking story. We've got a young man here today. That crowd are telling them that they accept asylum. We've got a speaker today who is a genuine asylum seeker, and he will tell us his view after spending 14 years in an asylum. Hello, we're back. We're back! The fourth pastor speaking, and obviously the big man upstairs on our side. Let's hear you again, Glasgow. Let's hit the tempo. Let's hit the atmosphere. We are the people of the children, the people of children. Whoa, back to part. So we have concerns, and what we have to stop is a narrative against us being racist, fascist, all that nonsense. God bless Charlie Kirk. That man was not... That man was not murdered for his words. That man was murdered because of the perception of his words, and we must change that narrative. So, first up to speak, a good pal of mine, a good pal of lots of yours.
It's quite obvious that none of us have got a clue how to set these things up, so we apologise in advance. The people that were setting up, something happened last night and pulled out last minute. So Craig's been thrown under the bus a wee bit with the sound system, which isn't fair. It's not fair to you guys either, so apologies. We're only trying to be heard. Anyway, well spoken, Craig, thank you. Thanks to everybody that's came today. Thank yourselves, give yourselves a pat in the back. There's a lot of division in Glasgow. I was here probably first this morning and seen the hate walking through. They know who I am, they hate my guts, I've got no idea why. We talk about child exploitation, we talk about the safety of the citizens of this country, and they despise us for it. And they call it fascism, they call it racism, they call us Nazis. I don't see any Nazis. I see people who are loyal to one another, that want to live in a safe country, that don't want division, that want unity, and they believe in what they stand for, but they still hate you for it. So don't look that way, give them none of your energy. Concentrate on one another. They don't matter. I represent Spartan Child Protection Team, and in very simple terms, we catch paedophiles. We catch the people that want to harm children and destroy children's lives. We do it because we know the scale of the problem, and you need to know the scale of the problem. There is no safeguarding because the government look the other way and they do nothing about it. The government have the power to govern the app hosts, the app developers, and hold them accountable for the safety of your kids in their bedrooms, but they choose not to because of money. The corporations that pay huge sums of money to governments to be allowed free gratis to put whatever they want online. That's why people like that are allowed to spew their hate online. That's a terrorist organisation. Now, that's the last I'm going to address them, because they don't deserve our oxygen. All I ever see here are good people. These are the real people, the people that matter. Nothing else matters. And if we cannot come together now, when we're so far under the cosh, then we'll never come together. We don't have to agree on everything we say to one another, but we do have to find a balance. There are people here today who have come up from England. This is a story that has to be told. This is the story about a child who was groomed on Snapchat, the most dangerous app online by a wide margin, which culminated in her death. Her mother is standing behind me. I want you to give her a warm welcome, a real Glasgow welcome, and drown out the hate from that time. This is Rachel Halliwell. Rachel's daughter was 12 years old when she was groomed and lost her life to grooming and exploitation. Which is really all of this is about. It's about exploitation, and it doesn't matter if it's kids we're talking about. Adults are exploited as well. And you guys that want to live in a safe country and a freedom of speech are also being exploited by your government, because they're putting you in jail for freedom of speech. Guys, Rachel Halliwell.
Thank you, Scotland. Thank you, Glasgow. Thank you for making this day for me. You have welcomed me into your city. I am so grateful for all the love that you have shown me today. Glasgow, I just ask you one thing. I want you to shout out as loud as you can to drown out those people over there. I am a mother whose daughter's face could be described like a ray of sunshine. Her eyes so pretty, they left others stunned. Her hair so shiny and beautiful, many were envious. Her laugh so infectious, you had no choice but to laugh with her. Her kindness warmed the hearts of those around her. What a lucky person you may think. The reality for me is very different because my beautiful daughter committed suicide. Why? She died because of the pain of no longer being able to cope with the cruelty that life gave her, and all at the age of 12. Some of you today may know Semina's story. Some, this may be your first time hearing it. Semina was groomed by a boy at her school. He was pressurizing her to meet him. Semina was on the autistic spectrum, unable to process the intense situation. She agreed after months of messages. What followed set off a sequence of events that led to her death. On that fateful meeting, that boy forced himself upon her and raped her. She tried to keep what happened to her from me, but in the end her distress manifested itself by becoming withdrawn and self-harming. When she could not keep the agony of what had happened from me, she came to me and told me everything. A conversation that no parent on earth wants to hear. A mixture of emotions runs through your body at this point, and you look to authorities to initiate action and to protect your child. What happened next was nothing less than incompetence. The school failed to safeguard her. The police failed to act or even tell her that they believed her. Social services failed in protecting her or even to understand her. The crime she reported was not taken seriously enough by the authorities involved. Left She was left vulnerable when she was subjected to vicious bullying online and physical attacks for speaking out and reporting a rape crime. Semina died in June 2021 after 4 long days of a painful death. Whilst I continue to be Semina's voice, I also want to be a voice for women and girls who face life after devastating crimes against them and being failed. I actually call out issues where I see them and with everything I have within me by a driving force towards holding agencies accountable for their actions. The UK government and the SNP has tried resisting or even refusing to hold a national inquiry to rape screaming gangs. This sends a clear message to the public that they are not protecting us or caring us to obtain justice where crimes against women and children. The requirement to protect our communities, whether it's for the victims of rape gangs, concerns about illegal migration, or rising crime in general, is being ignored. They are not listening to us. We are all aware our freedom of speech is under attack and our Christian values being dismantled. On September the 13th, a monumental event occurred. It was spectacular. I know because I was there. I witnessed unity, patriotism, and love for our country. It shows that together we can become one voice. That governments will no longer be able to close their ears to. It shows that together we can become one voice. That is why we must stand strong together, speak out. Even when the pressure is upon us to be quiet, failure to protect citizens of the United Kingdom is unacceptable. Thank you, Glasgow. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel Halliwell. Well done, Rachel. Next up, guys, is an incredible man. And we can't stand here today in Glasgow without mentioning the name of one man, the most marginalised, lied about man in British history, Tommy Robinson. Despised by the establishment, jailed by the establishment, bankrupt by the establishment for being a British patriot. A man that loves his country regardless of any of the crap in the media writing about him. And you will see a new mayor of London. And you will see change. And you will see British patriots coming together and being recognised for loving the country they were born in. Ladies and gentlemen, a great man. A man that loves everybody equally. Pastor Arthur O'Malley. Thank you. Thank you, Glasgow. It's good again to be with you. I'm no stranger to walk amongst the people in the rallies to rise up against wickedness, evil. Can I also say that Jesus Christ walked amongst the people? He identified with the people. He came to give his life and set the captives free. Hence the reason I am here today. I even wore my kilt. I brought the kilt out to prove I'm a real Scotsman. And if somebody says, well, you kill up to prove it. I never came here to lift my kilt. I came here to lift my voice. To be a voice amongst the people. He said unity. We've come for unity. This isn't hate speech. This is unity. This is the Scottish people. This is Glasgow. The fact is, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell together in unity. It's like the oil poured upon the head, running down upon the beard, down upon the beard of Aaron, running down in the collars of his robe. It is the life of the Jew on the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commands his blessing, even life forevermore. Can I say to you, this nation once was a blessed nation when we honored God. One angel says, a nation that has forgotten its past has no future. Glasgow, we need to remember our past. Remember St. Mungo, the motto of Glasgow was, let Glasgow flourish by the preaching of the word and the praising of his name. He came. Glasgow Cathedral. St. Mungo was away back in 613 when he died. But he was a monk that came here and established this nation. And can I tell you, Glasgow did flourish. Remember the flourishing times of Glasgow. Remember the Glasgow. Remember how they were blessed. We were a powerful nation. It says one ship and every 5 was made in the Clyde Tunnel, the Clyde Banks. Our nation was a very shipbuilding nation in the world. As the industries flourished, our industries flourished because God honoured this land of Scotland, because he lifted up the Lord Jesus Christ. The River Clyde, they say, was a lifeblood for this nation of Scotland. People dredged that Clyde, which enabled the big ships to come in. And that's where the trade came from. Trade came in and trade went out. Let's not forget the bread mills of Paisley, where I hail from. We were world renowned as the bread capital of the world. Our carpet factories were world renowned. We carpeted the Titanic and the Queen's yachts and also the White House. We were world famous as a nation, as a great nation. And God blessed us. He blessed us. People came from all over the world. Do you know that Glasgow was called the friendliest city in the whole of Britain? Glasgow was a friendly city. We're not a bunch of hate speakers. We're a friendly people. We're a welcoming people. Glasgow. Remember what? These been mentioned. Remember Alexander Bell, telephone. Alexander Fleming, penicillin. And John Logie Baird, the television. These were great intellectuals that got raised up because of God. When a nation honors God, God honors a nation. What happened to us, Scotland? I'm old enough to remember the black and white TV. Do you remember those days? You know where you stood. It was black and white. Now we don't know nothing, do we? Things have changed. We don't even know who a man and a woman is today. That's two genders. A friend of mine went a job and he said, what the her or she? Is it he or him? Today, people don't identify. I was talking to somebody the other day, says, I want to be known as it. I want to be called it. And I thought to myself, I know two people, two Eds, Egypt and idiot. My friends, I'm not here. I'm not here to devise people, because there is only men and women, and that was the foundation of this nation of Scotland. But can I just encourage all of us? We need to take a stand today. We need to remember our roots. Our roots is Christianity. Christianity was the roots of Scotland. It's St Andrew's flag. It's St Andrew, the day of the
That was a foundational apostle that we honour. Do we know the history, brothers? If we forget what history we're doing, this nation is under attack. Britain is under attack. The battle of Britain is a battle for our souls. It's a battle for our values. And we need to rise up and fight. You can't sit in the fence and say what doesn't affect me. It is our children and our children's children. Nobody wants a wee boy. Nobody wants a wee boy to be a wee girl. And I don't want a wee girl to be a wee boy. We need to fight for our values. We're losing them. Today they are demonising our flags. The Union Jack and the Sanders Corps, they are demonising it. They're saying, don't fly our flags. We fly the flags because we care for Scotland. Can I encourage us? Jesus Christ, love this nation. Let's stand in every morning. Jesus loves our nation. The nation can be from him. The gospel has been changed. It's not like Glasgow flourished for the preaching of the word and the praise of his name. It says, people made Glasgow. And the very first God it was God. It was God who made Glasgow. It was God who touched our nation and blessed us. Glasgow, let's go back to the roots and remember our history. We are a great people. We are loving people. The Scots all over the world are held in honour. The Scottish people are a unique people, and we're happy to be part of the United Kingdom. Let's stand up and fight for our nation, fight the battle for our children, and then again, open up your hands to God. God is listening to Scotland, and I pray today that you will reach back and take hold of them. And God will make it great again. God bless you all.
I told you I was only the warm up. The good speakers were to come, and what an absolute diamond that was. Next up to speak, we've got a guy who has been working really hard up in the North Coast, getting people to protest and find their voice and be heard, and he became a right good pal of me and everybody I know. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for Steenie!
Fellow Scots, we stand at a defining moment in our history, and it's time for the people of Scotland, and indeed all of Britain, to recognise the sheer size of our struggle. This is no ordinary fight. We are engaged in a battle on multiple fronts against dangerous, unvetted, undocumented, military-aged fighting men. Against the complicit police force, against the Scottish overreaching councils, and against the terrorist government that is willing to steal against us at every opportunity. So let us be clear, the greatest obstacle the nationalists within our own ranks. For over a decade, we have been torn apart, pitted against one another in a battle of unionists versus nationalists. The SNP said it was good versus evil, Scots against traitors. Well, they were wrong. It was patriots versus patriots. The SNP were and still are the traitors. They claim that the national flag is their own. And for 12 long years, How do you
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I've
got you in my Facebook.
I think I've seen you before.
And I was at a couple of your meetings now up at Edinburgh.
Aye, excellent. Yeah, excellent. Good, good. What do you think of the turnout today then?
It's very good.
I think Glasgow's always quite good to get to. It's always because it's central. People can get in easy. It's not like you have to walk along the other end, right where everything is.
Well done to everybody that's done it.
Absolutely, well done to everybody. Really, really good. Pleased to see it.
One step. You've got it right because the people at the back start going through the limit, talk about a Glasgow child. There's something good about talking about child protection. And we are the people with standards and morals. Let's we've had a lot of problems during the week when the guys organisers. I don't know how the newspaper comes last. And it's not getting I thought that debate worked. However, one guy stood right up and took the mantle to make sure that's happened. And I'm going to let it pass without showing appreciation. For that guy, it's Connor. Let's get it, Connor.
Right. Excuse me, thanks. Excuse me, thanks. Sorry. Thanks. Bro. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
We need to totally shut down, be quiet, and accept decisions that have been everyone's that is and silence will no more. We will not sit back and allow our communities be destroyed or be ignored. We will not allow the future of our children to be decided by closed doors, by people who never once talked. But answers! Slavery isn't about hate. It isn't about division. It isn't about truth. It's about truth. It's about accountability. It's about defending the rights and freedoms that are supposed to be guaranteed in this country.
silenced or censored for telling the truth. And we will never accept the idea of being forced into digital ID systems that will ruin us. That's how we have basic freedom, and we just use ugly numbers on a screen. This country belongs to the people, not to unelected officials, not to those who think they can control us. We've had meetings pushed under the carpet, we've had communities ignored, and we've seen voices silenced, and yet the people, you, keep covering up. We got the right, town after town, city after city. That tells me one thing: this movement cannot and will not be silenced. To every single one of you today, thank you for the bottom of my heart. And a massive thank you to those who have marched with us before, to those who have travelled far, and to those who are speaking up. Thank you. A massive thank you to all the speakers who've chosen to stand up here today and share their voices, their views, and their stories, and their truths. It takes courage to step up here, and all together we've made sure those voices are out here loud and clear. Let's be clear, we are not going to stop. We will keep speaking out, and we will keep protesting. We will keep standing together, because the moment we go quiet, they win. Yes. And we are not here to lose. So today, we will be stronger, louder, and more united than ever before. This is just the beginning, and no matter how hard they try to shut us down, we will keep coming back.
Hello.
Hello!
We're nearly done. Oh, Glasgow, you were tremendous. I've travelled to Peterhead, Aberdeen, all the United Kingdom at protests. And I thought, if we don't pull a crowd here today, those small towns and smaller cities have embarrassed us, but they have not. You have done the city proud, and thank you. What I've seen in my travels, the concerns that the British people have are blind. These concerns do not just stick to people that society say are far right. They actually affect the people at the back as well as the people at the front. And what I want to tell you is, see this nonsense that they buy us into and the pigeonholes that you're far left and you're far right and you're right this and you're left this. It doesn't exist. Let me tell you what happens today. The only thing that's important is right or wrong. And ladies and gentlemen, you're right. I stood in George Square last year, and I told anybody that was there will remember. I said, don't worry about the numbers. The next time you all bring your friends. And by God, have you smashed that. And this is not the end. This is only. We'll keep going, and we'll keep going, and we'll get our back. They'll not be the same postcode as us. I just saw Ed. Look at Ed going. Ed! Where's it? You see them? Where's Ed?
John Flynn is our anthem.
I can't see Ed.
John
Ed's the guy he's got this morning in Northampton.
We're going to popularise that one. Yeah, no,
Ladies and gentlemen, Ed covers all the protests in Edwin. He seen me down last week with my big pal King. He came up here to support us. Thank you.
Well, cheers for that, Craig, for putting me on the spot. I would like to say I've got a rousing speech for you prepared, but that would be a lie. It's an amazing turnout, and it's just something that we've seen explode from Epic up and down the United Kingdom, and the momentum is solely with us. We've had the media against us, calling us far right, slandering us. We've had the judiciary system against us, weaponised against us by a wannabe dictator, weaponising our judiciary system, sending us down between, calling us far right and persecuting us for our opinion. And yet still, we are pulling numbers, the likes of which this country has never seen before. A million people in London is unheard of. No political party could get that. That is why we are the party of the people. We are at a serious crossroads now in this country, and we've only got 4 years, not just to save this country, but to save the entirety of the West. And to the people who are protesting only a few hundred yards over that way, not that there's a massive group of them, but with the government constantly moving the goalposts close. Maybe one day it might be us being persecuted now, but with them constantly moving the goalposts, it might be you in the near future who is sent down for a thought crime. Thank you very much for coming out, Scotland. It's an amazing turnout, and we will 100% take our country back altogether. God bless Scotland!
What's that? Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mike the last here for me, thankfully. Sing a song. No, I'll get to jail. Where we began, da, 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 I can begin to know you. Da, 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 da. Well, if I'm not going to that, you'll get me to jail. Right, I'm just looking for a wee pal of mine from Manchester who nicked away for a pie 20 minutes ago, and he's not appeared back. If you see a wee guy called Baraka, originally from the Congo, over your shoulder, move aside. He's needed at the front. So, well, I'll tell you folks, I don't care about your politics. I don't care if you're a unionist or a separatist. Doesn't give a shite. I know there is all those things in this crowd today, because see, the end of the day, we are the people of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Baraka, we can see you sneaking out. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for my mate Baraka. He's a podcaster, not a public speaker. So, listen up to tell you something. I want to introduce this man. This man, I love him to bits. I talk a lot at story about spending the first 14 years of his life in a camp 2.5 miles wide because people are jumping the queue all over the place. Not asylum seekers. This kid's family ran from the Congo for their lives. They're proper asylum seekers. And his people, his family was 17 years in that camp because people are jumping queues and telling lies. And for that, he's got my respect. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Baraka.
Thank you. I'm going on the stage. I'll come on the stage. These are five protectors. All right, cool. I hope you guys can hear me. Now, when the war broke out in Congo, I wasn't alive. I wasn't born back then. Now, I need to move close. Right here. Right here. I think you're too good. We push back. We push back a little bit. Right. You're ready. They're ready. They're ready. They're mobilized. They're ready. The bees ready as well. Oh God. Right here. Okay. That's okay. That's good. Right. So I wasn't born in Congo. When the war broke out in Congo in 1996, it was a night time. They were sleeping. Suddenly, guns start blazing around. People are running. People are dying. Mothers are getting raped. Children are getting killed. Whatever direction you're going, you're going the opposite direction. So maybe you come from that side, you're running that side. You don't know where you're going. It's nighttime. That's what it was like. Now, they kept on running. Now, but those, I thought a lot of brothers, my mom died, guns, and started running. Now, after running for like an hour and a half, they realized that he left the key in the that's not terrifying young. That's the scary part. The children just wondering. Look how far now, today, I want to it's a refugee camp called Buchanan murder. And at the time, there's so many people run there. A lot of people going real refugees after being tortured. Now, of course, our home, my friends are for violence to all the countries, we hate it, then I was born in that country. I'm sorry. I was born there. Now, we're waiting 14 years. Of course, people choose to wait as well. The enemy will choose to wait. It's a good guy.
Yes, yes. It's called, just go to youtube.com and search for UK A Force for Good. UK A Force for Good? UK A Force for Good, yeah. UK A Force for Good. UK on the one side? Yeah. UK A Force for Good. That's me. That's right. So that's the video. We'll get on you. Well done. Thank you. Yes, yes, good for me. Well, I think I do actually, yeah. I have one good, absolutely. You don't mind that? Yeah, of course you can have one. Absolutely, we'll find a way to
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your support, your numbers, your respect shown to the speaker, which I cannot say for everybody in this street. Well done, Glasgow. Let me tell you something. Last year, I met I think one of these times. Glasgow, wait till you see what's coming. The real people, the big easy to put up here. And all the attendance goals that he's out in Scotland, you played the way. Glasgow's responding. Let's do this. Take it. All right.
Trying to get his traffic on. Right, good stuff.
Apologise for lust in Edinburgh, mate, right? I was arrested. I was really offered me. And I know that. Get yourself on safe, guys. Thanks for coming. Keep the peace. Keep the reaching.